Good evening. This is This Week Tonight, and we're at the pharmacy at the soda fountain. And this evening, I'm lucky enough to have PeterBrace. Peter, welcome.
Thanks, John.
You bet. Now, Peter has a new business called Nantucket Walkabout. Is that the name of the business?
That's correct.
Nantucket Walkabout. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, John, it's sort of an outgrowth of all my years on the island, being an environmental reporter for the Nantucket Beacon, again, an environmental reporter for the Nantucket Independent. Both newspapers no longer exist. Mm-hmm. And then two books that I've written, Walking Nantucket, A Walker's Guide to Nantucket on Foot, and Nantucket, A Natural History. It is a, how do I describe it? Something that I couldn't have done without doing all that stuff beforehand.
Sure.
Because I didn't have the knowledge of the island.
You certainly have a great background for this. Now, I was on your website, and why don't you tell the folks what your website is?
Oh, it can be either or, www.nantucketwalkabout.com or www.walknantucket.com.
And it's a great website. And I also noticed with the tours that people can book with you, that if you show up at the trailhead on your bicycle instead of using your van,
correct,
you get a little discount.
Yeah, $5 off for that, and $5 off when you can take the bus to within reason and then walk to it. And I have the maps and the directions for that on each one.
That just makes sense. Now, you're talking a little bit about your background here. Tell us more about that.
Do you want to be more specific?
Well, how long ago did you get here?
I've been here at various times throughout my life. The first time was single-digit years, maybe 9 or 10 years old. My mom would bring us here. She'd bring us here, and we'd stay at a friend's property out at 108 Squam Road. My mother and this person, they were the co-chairs of the 4-H club in our town of Concord, Mass. And as such, we had horses, and she had horses, and she had paddocks for horses and a little shelter. So for the month of June, for 3 years in a row, we brought our horses down, and my mother never let us go into town, hardly ever, with her.
That's
so
good
we
too.
rode a lot out to Great Point and in the moors, and we explored Pocomo for arrowheads, and so then I came. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Then I came back in the summers of '86, '87, '88, and '89 to save money for college. My parents and I split my tuition 3 ways, so this was one place that I came to make money.
Sure. It sounds like you've always been an outdoors kind of guy.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I came back in February of '92 to work for the Nantucket Beacon.
As a reporter.
As a reporter, environmental reporter. They gave me 2 choices, either the environmental reporter or the town and county reporter, and I chose environmental.
The more exciting one. Now, Peter, tell me a little bit about what the walkabouts are like. From what I understand, they're around 2 hours.
2 hours is the time that I give so that people have a sense of their time and commitment. So from when I pick them up at the Handlebar Cafe to when I drop them back there after the hike. So it may not be 2 hours, it may be an hour and a half or a half hour or 45 minutes. It depends on the people I take out, how many questions they have, how much time they have. Mm-hmm. I do a hike out to Smith's Point. That's 3 hours total, and those are known to go as long as 3.5 because it's a hike in the sand, 4.3 miles round trip.
Now, to do one of these hikes, what's the preferred shoe?
Well, for the beach, you can go barefoot if you want.
Okay.
But a pair of sneakers will be fine.
So it kind of depends on which hike it is.
Yeah, I mean, Nantucket's only 112 feet elevation over the sea level.
Yeah.
So we're not talking huge climbs with technical
equipment.
Which a lot of people have asked me, well, why did you call it guided wilderness hikes? A hike isn't really what you're doing. And I would say I didn't want to use the trite phrase nature walks.
That would be a little trite.
But they are basically walks. Short walks to 8 different locations on protected land on the island.
That's terrific. And I'm sure you're kind of well versed in the flora and fauna of Nantucket.
I'm trying to be. The people who know all of that information, the botanists at the various conservation organizations, know vast amounts information about plants more than I do.
But you're learning.
I'm learning. I've learned from the writing that I've done in the natural history book that I wrote. And I have since bought a lot of guides. So when people ask me something, I go to that and I refer and I remember. And I also have kind of a unique way of knowing the plants that I see. And as I walk on days without my hikers, I'll take a picture of something I don't know and post it on Instagram and Facebook, and put question marks in the space where you leave a comment.
So you're out there, Peter, even if you don't have a hike, you're out there hiking anyway.
Yeah, with my dog every day. Yep.
Yeah, that's terrific. Well, Peter, are there any areas that I haven't covered that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I've started to get private hikes. Something I didn't know I was gonna get.
But you probably had some requests.
I had a bunch of requests. I had to adapt. I had to come up with special pricing for that. I had to learn to work with people who wanted to be picked up at this spot at this time, and have this particular hike and have this particular piece of attention paid to them. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, this is Nantucket.
It's been a learning experience, and I have to say, I really have enjoyed the business side of it as much as I've enjoyed the hiking side of it.
Oh, for heaven's sakes!
Just learning how to do a business and how to work together with in a small community where everyone's trying to succeed at something. Everyone's trying to fill a niche. It's been fascinating. Even now in the off season, now that I can work on what am I going to do next year. Mm-hmm. So. And
this will continue through the winter?
I am saying that I'm year-round.
Okay.
So if people want to go and walk in the wintertime, I'm fine with that. I'm trying to encourage people to maybe bring snowshoes or do cross-country skiing if we have enough snow. I did get a father and daughter from New York City last year who wanted to go out on Valentine's Day when there was lots of snow. And so I'm going to be putting my hikes on every day of the year, and people can sign up for them or not.
That's terrific. Well,
Yeah.
PeterBrace, thank you for joining us on This Week Tonight.
Thank you.